Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the Buckeye Racing Network. I'm Tyler Bentley. Alongside me in the booth, as always, is Tim Henderson. Tim, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself, buddy?
I am doing absolutely fantastic. And it's hard to believe, but we are here for race 19 of the season with the League of Outlaws IMCA style modified series. Practice just about ready to wrap up. We are at the Oswego Speedway in New York. This is an open hosted session tonight for the series regulars, and showing 28 cars have taken a time, but there's not that many currently in the session.
It's showing 20 in the session currently.
20 in the session. All right. We're going to roll directly into heat racing action here tonight. No qualifying. We're going to take a look at the starting lineup for our first heat race of the night. Now, remember, not all of these drivers will start, but this is the scheduled starting lineup for heat race number 1. On the front row is going to be James Johnson, a Burkholder. Row 2, Brandon Joy, Nolan Morrow. Row 3, Jimmy Renfro and Joseph Renfro. Row 4, Mark Anderson, Mason Setting. Row 5, Jacqueline Patterson and Brad Moore. Row 6, Dylan Burks and Jace Tuttle. Looks like Brandon Joy in the 93 is going to be our pole sitter, and then Joseph Renfro is going to be on the outside of him. Row 2 will be Jimmy Renfro and Mason Setting. Mason Setting is series regular with the League of Outlaws. And then Dylan Burks rounds out the 5 starters for our first heat of the night. Brandon Joy going to be in control to start our first heat of the night. Interesting scheme on his 93 on our scoring, but it's got the X on the side of his race car, got red, and I believe that's a gold on that car, isn't it, Tim?
Copper, gold, I don't know. It's interesting.
Absolutely, it sure is. All right, pace truck's going to peel on off this time, and we will get started with our heat racing action. Believe all the cars, since we have about 20 or so, will start our features. So these are custom fixed setups here to replicate as closely as possible the IMCA style modified division in real life. Without further ado, pace truck off. 2 by 2. Brandon Joy steps on the gas. Green flags in the air. We are racing in heat number 1. Joy out of the early advantage, followed by Jimmy Renfro, and then you got Joseph Renfro, Dylan Burks side by side. Joseph Renfro, though, with a good run on the outside, moves into the 3rd spot, battling for the 4th spot. Mason Setting, Dylan Burks. Setting on the bottom, Burks up on the outside. Setting using the bottom, completes the pass, slides right across the nose of Dylan Burks down the front straightaway. Top 3 can throw those guys under a blanket as Jimmy Renfro looks to the inside of pole sitter Brandon Joy.
Just not enough momentum on that inside line to pull even down the front stretch as Joseph Renfro hard into the wall. Mason Setting the inside as well as Dylan Burks.
Absolutely, Mason Setting was able to scoot on by and puts him into the top 3. Jimmy Renfro still trying that inside line on Brandon Joy. Nothing that time there through 3 and 4. Settling back in and making another charge through 1 and 2. Like you said, though, Tim, Brandon Joy is keeping that momentum up on the outside and is able to fend off Jimmy Renfro for the moment.
Yeah, it looks like Jimmy gets a really good run into the entry of turn 1 and exited 2. He's pretty good through there, but the momentum just prevails on that outside line as they shoot down into 3 and 4.
Absolutely single file crossing the stripe. This time 3 laps to go in our first heat of the night. Jimmy's not going to give up on the inside one car. Dylan Burks had an issue. He had to jump to the pit lane. So that leaves 4 cars running in our first heat.
Looked like Brandon Joy made a little mistake right there, as he possibly just made another one as he's leaving that door wide open for Jimmy Renfro.
Yeah, Renfro been wearing out the inside. Joy been wearing out the outside. Renfro trying again on the inside. Not quite able to do anything there. White flag in the air. One more time around and he race 1. Mason Setting has mounted a good charge and has caught right up to the top 2 here. Let's see what happens into 3 as there's contact between the top 2. Mason Setting going to look way to the inside on Renfro. There's contact between those 2. Brandon Joy is going to come out of turn 4 to the stripe and win heat 1. And Mason Setting steals the second spot from Jimmy Renfro. 4th goes to Joseph Renfro and 5th to Dylan Burks. Great run for Mason Setting there in heat race 1, picking up 6 spots. Starting lineup for our second heat of the night. Looks like quite a few of these drivers will start. So row number 1 will be Corey Stansel and Matt Pridgeon. Matt Pridgeon is a series regular. Row 2, James Grant and James Murphy, definitely a series regular there. Points leader. Row number 3 will be Corey Whitworth and Jared Murphy. He's a series regular as well. Then we have Chase Porter and Brayson Riddle. Then you got Sean Helms and Justin Osborne. And then Tyler Bickford and Tanner Newton. Tyler Bickford is a series regular there in that 07 machine. All but 1 car starts our second heat of the night. $11 cars on the track. Corey Stansel, Matt Pridgeon. On the front row, we're going to get 1 more pace lap, and we will be green in our second heat. All right, Mr. Tim, how about you start us off here in heat 2?
All right, Tate Woe. I'm going to assume that's how you say his last name. But he's going to lead the field through 3 and 4 as they're eager to get on the gas, and they are, and we got a wreck in the back.
Yeah, it looks like Sean Helms with an issue to start off the heat. We didn't even get the green flag. We'll have to go back and actually take a look at this. Keep an eye on that 54 machine on the inside. I think the guys was just trying to no, it was pretty clean for Helms, but the all black car right in front of him, it just really didn't get going. The car jumped straight sideways and Helms had nowhere else to go. Made the contact, pretty heavy contact, and both of those machines will have to visit the work area here to get repaired, get back on the racetrack. They got some front suspension damage on their machines. Looks like Helms, and I think that's Chase Porter. Yes, it is, in the 35 machine with the heavy damage.
Race control says not so fast. We are going to restart the race completely. Tate is going to lead them down as the lights jump back on the pace truck.
I'll tell you, I've definitely got some conflicting time in scoring because the 28 on my time in scoring is showing Corey Stansel
Huh.
and not Tate Whoa, as you were calling it. And I did check iRacing. iRacing shows Tate. But my time in scoring shows Corey Stansel. So if you're out there watching, let us know if it's Corey Stansel or Tate Whoa.
I think it's Tate Whoa, but I do believe we did have a Corey in the session.
All right, it might be a first time for a mix-up here on the Buckeye Racing Network.
I don't know, but Tate is gonna lead him down in. He's gonna fire as they are gonna roar down into turn 1 past our cameras.
Oh my goodness.
Tate does not get a good entry as they all keep it straight. I can't believe that they
Oh, the 91 is up into the outside wall.
Oh,
Justin Osborne, Sean Helms, Chase Porter. They are going to get back going. We're under the green flag still, but a lot of cars with issues there on the restart. Matt Bridgen has jumped out to the advantage in the 14 machine, followed by Corey Whitworth, then Brayson Riddle there in the 16 machine, and then you got Jared Murphy, Tyler Bickford, and then Corey Stansel, or Tate Woe right behind him, and then a little gap back to James Murphy. The 65 was caught up in that.
Oh, we got a slow car. They
Oh my goodness, stacked up right in front of the
creates a
field.
log jam here.
And the second caution flag. Of the heat. So that car came out of the pit area, Tim?
I think he missed the pit entry and then was looking to get back in, or trying to get in to the pits, and it just so happened that everyone was there at that time.
Yeah, we're looking at it. The car of Tanner Newton lost steering, and he was just, I think, trying to get out of the way, and the leaders were coming with a good head of steam, and he caused a big stack up because he turned right down in front of the field, unfortunately. Unfortunate there for Tanner Newton and the other drivers that was involved in that one. Teswo in Viewerland popped in and said it is Tate. That is the correct name. Corey Stansel was her brother that passed away and left her son his iRacing setup. Well, thanks for the information, and sorry to hear that all at the same time. Updated running order for our top 5 is going to be Matt Pridgeon, then Jared Murphy, Tyler Bigford, all series regulars, then Tate Woe in the 28 machine, Sean Helms, James Murphy, Corey Whitworth, Brayson Riddle. Maybe not Brayson Riddle. It looks like Corey Whitworth is the last car on the racetrack. As we get a single file restart, green flag back in the air. Look at Jared Murphy with the move to the inside through 1 and 2. Matt Pridgeon kind of used the outside line and slid up to the outside wall. Holds on to the lead for now. Jared Murphy going to try it again in 3 and 4. Matt Pridgeon was a little smarter through 3 and 4 there and kind of jumped down and blocked the line from Jared Murphy. Tyler Bickford and then James Murphy trying to move back up through the field as he's now in the 4th spot in this heat. Coming to the line this time, 2 to go.
Jared Murphy is all over Matt Pridgeon. He runs high, Pridgeon runs low. Jared looking to keep that momentum up, possibly take the hard path around Matt Bridgen, and he's looking to go all the way around the outside. It's just looks like there's not enough momentum back up there anymore as the track is worn down as we just took the white flag.
Absolutely out of turn 4. Matt Bridgen crosses the stripe, wins Heat 2. Jared Murphy second, Tyler Bickford third, and then James Murphy your fourth spot. And Tate Waffle, I believe, as it said in the chat, is how you pronounce the last name. Thanks for that as well. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for our third heat of the night. Scheduled to start is going to be Landon Barker and Austin Dean, row 1, Zachary Martin and Dylan Harris, row 2. Row 3 will be Shelby Hinton and Kevin Walker. Row 4 will be Carl Satchel, I think, Colton Oaks. Row 5, Calvin Anderson, Devin Coyle. Row 6, AJ Hunsinger and Ben Flores.
All right, we were just told, well, at least I was, because I have the radio over here, so haha, you don't get to use the radio, but I was told it is wah, like wah.
Oh,
That's
my, yeah, again,
yeah,
my
wah.
bad, I'm still messing it up. Maybe I'll get it this time. As the night progresses on, I will get better, I promise. It is wah. I'll remember that. Scheduled starters, we're actually down to 5 here in our third heat of the night. It's going to be Zachary Martin and Kevin Walker, row 1. Row 2 is going to be Carl Skatchel and Colton Oaks, series regular there in the 210, and Lee Goner, AJ Hunsinger tails the field in the 5th starting spot.
It's been some time since we've seen Colton Oaks, hasn't it?
I think he was here last week, as far as I remember, in the 210. But we get the green flag here in heat race number 3. We're underway. Zachary Martin, Kevin Walker with a good run through 1 and 2. Was able to hold the middle line and go right to the lead down the back straightaway. Carl Skatchel in the 61 machine. Looking to the inside of those two. I think Kevin Walker actually brushed the outside wall. And it stacked up 3 cars on the outside. Carl tried to slide up, wasn't quite clear there. They kept it going straight somehow. AJ Hunsinger moves into the 3rd spot from it in that 33 machine. Colton Oaks also got by Zachary Martin. Now 2 laps complete. For a second, I thought we had another issue. I saw somebody crashed on my timing and scoring, but everybody that started is still running. Everything looks all right. Single file, though, 4 now, but A.J. Hunsinger's trying to challenge Carl Skatchel for that 2nd spot. Good run through 3 and 4 for Hunsinger on the inside. He is there into turn 1 and 2 as he tried to slide up in front of Carl. Carl actually gets in the outside wall. That's going to help AJ complete the pass. AJ Hunsinger into the 2nd spot. He sets his sights forward on Kevin Walker. Walker's been committed to the outside. He brushes the wall. Loses a bit of momentum, and AJ Hunsinger is there.
AJ's going to slide through 1 and 2. He's going to look to complete the pass. Not quite. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead, Ben.
Oh, it's all right. Hunsinger with a good momentum, been rolling the bottom the past few laps, and he is ahead. What's going to happen down the front straightaway? Walker with the momentum on the outside pulls ahead at the line. 2 to go. Hunsinger with the good momentum into turn 1, and he takes over the lead. Does he move up the track? No, he still leaves the door open for Walker. There, but he retakes the lead as Walker gets into the outside wall. White flag in the air for A.J. Hunsinger. Kevin Walker going to try to hold on to the second spot. Carl Scatchell, oh my goodness, and Colton Oakes just about got together through 1 and 2. That was very close. A.J. Hunsinger out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway to the line, and he wins. Heat 3, Kevin Walker will be second. Third goes to Carl Scatchell. Fourth to Colton Oakes, and fifth goes to Zachary Martin in the 124 machine. Good run for AJ there in our third heat of the night. 5 minutes go on the clock. For our warm-up session here tonight, drivers will be heading out there to get some extra laps in before we kick off our feature event here tonight.
There will be nobody on the track. It's just going to be a 5-minute intermission here. Nobody's allowed on the track. It will be an EOL, as race control just said that.
All right, intermission for the drivers. Well, in the meantime, while we are patiently waiting for the start of our feature event here tonight, we're going to step aside and get a word from our sponsors over at Premier Racing Setups. We'll be back for the green flag. All right, everybody, welcome back into the Buckeye Racing Network. We are ready to look at the starting lineup for tonight's feature event. So just got the word from Race Control. We are ready for our feature race here tonight. Thank you. It is pronounced Shackle. Thank you very much for letting me know. All right, I think our starting lineup, we're ready to take a look at it now. Row 1 for our feature event will be Brandon Joy and Matt Pridgeon. Row 2 will be A.J. Hunsinger and Mason Setting. Row 3 is going to be Jared Murphy and Kevin Walker. Row 4, Jimmy Renfro and Tyler Bickford. Row 5, Carl Shackle and Joseph Renfro. Row number 6 will be James Murphy and Colton Oakes. Row number 7 will be Dylan Burks and Corey Stansel. Row number 8 will be Zachary Martin and Sean Helms. And row 9 will be Tanner Newton in the 6 machine. .50 laps on the board here at the Oswego Speedway.
Oswego, New York, you wanted the best, you got them to abreast. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my goodness, we don't want to get copyright infringement for that. Not that we would, but you know, you never know.
You never know. It could be trademarked. I feel like it would be trademarked.
It probably is. I've not looked that much into it. If anybody watching out there in Viewerland knows that for sure, let us know. I mean, it is one of the best opening scenes for a dirt track race that you could possibly ever ask for. That's for sure. You know what, Tim? We got to be a quick one here. Driver to watch here.
I'm gonna keep my eye on that Kevin Walker aggressive machine. He's got the 24 on it, but listed as a 20. How about you?
I'm going to go one row back and keep an eye on Tyler Bickford here tonight. Let us know out there in the chat who you're keeping an eye on. We got the green flag. We are ready to roll at the Oswego Speedway. 50 laps the distance. Brandon Joy leads the field through 1 and 2 for the first time. Matt Bridgen's right on his rear bumper, though, as they work down into turns 3 and 4. A.J. Hunsinger on the inside right there as well. Brandon Joy is going to lead lap number 1. Matt Bridgen second. Mason Setting now and A.J. Hunsinger side by side. And we go back a little further, 3 wide for a second. That would be James Murphy, Carl Shackle. Tyler Bickford was 3 wide for just a moment. 2 wide now, and we are a couple rows back are 3 wide. Uh-oh, Tate Waugh with an issue. As he goes around and is stopped at the exit of turn number 4, Sean Helms is right there as well. That's going to bring the yellow flag out for the first time in our A main.
Oh, they're coming through 3. Stop.
Yeah, the yellow is out, so the driver should be slowing down, I would hope. Oh, be careful, Tate. Got cars behind you. Let's go back and try to decipher this just a little bit. Keep an eye on the 28 machine of Tate Waugh. Z was up on the outside there through 3 and 4.
Oh, it looks like he just got a little too wide, corrected it.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Had nowhere to go.
Yeah, by the time the car was Tate's car was coming back up across the racetrack, Sean was there, had nowhere to go, and made contact with him. Unfortunate for those two. That's not the way they wanted to start their features here tonight. You see the 28 machine of Tate Waugh sitting in the pit lane. Sean Helms is exiting the pit area now, going to rejoin the field, but he's still got damage to his race car. You can see the left front still does not look quite right.
Oh yeah, it's it definitely something broken on that 54 machine, that's for sure.
As the lights go out on the pace truck here, we will get the field doubled back up. Tate Waugh in the 28 is rejoining the field, it looks like. Just in time for the restart. Brandon Joy, Matt Bridgen. Waiting. They now fire. Green flag is back in the air for our restart. 3 wide for the second spot. Mason Setting, AJ Hunsinger, Matt Pridgeon. AJ Hunsinger is in the middle as he exit turn 2. Now Matt Pridgeon looks to the inside of Brandon Joy. Looks like we had another issue back there. Tanner Newton, Sean Hills with a little bit of a mix-up on the restart. Both of those cars have jumped to the pit area, so 15 cars left on the racetrack. Jared Murphy working the inside, trying to get around a 32 machine of Jimmy Renfro.
AJ and Mason Setting, they've swapped spots. They were just talking about how they prefer the opposite lines of where they started. They now found themselves in driving the parts of the tracks that they're comfortable with.
Yeah, absolutely. AJ in the heat like the bottom. He's still working down there early on in our feature. You got the Murphy brothers nose to tail on the inside as well. Jared in the 64, James in the 65. Jared still trying to get around the 32 of Jimmy Renfro. Hasn't been able to do it. James Murphy looks like he completes the pass on Tyler Bigford and moves him up to 7. Bigford in the 8th spot where he started. Then Kevin Walker in the 24. Carl Shackle in the 61 as he's got a good run on the outside of Kevin Walker. Colton Oaks in the 210 trying to maybe follow him through. As we go back up front, our top 3 starting to close in together on one another. Brandon Joy, Matt Pridgeon, Mason Setting. Mason Setting's going to try to take a peek to the inside of Pridgeon, but there can't be that much room down there as we're almost 3 wide back here with Jared Murphy, AJ Hunsinger, Jimmy Renfro, James Murphy, Tyler Bigford. Wow, Tim.
Yeah, you missed it going into 3. Oh, as AJ almost half around, going into turn 3 last lap, I believe that's Jimmy Renfro in the 32 machine, gave AJ a nice little bump and run. He shot down to the inside and completed the pass, as you have Jared Murphy working on passing Jimmy Renfro for that 4th place position.
Yeah, our top 3 has definitely separated from the field. Yellow flag being displayed for the 2nd time. We'll have to see what exactly happened. I believe it happened to Zach Martin in the 124 machine. Oh, there was some contact and he hit the concrete barrier there, and there you see the left front is broken on that 124 machine. He had no steering getting into turn 3, makes heavy contact with the outside wall, and he had to tow to the pit area as he had lost steering in that machine getting into turns 3 and 4. Unfortunate for Zach.
A couple of series regulars had to jump in the pits for some repairs. It's AJ Hunsinger and James Murphy, both of them quickly in and out pit road with the damage repaired. I don't know, do we have fast repairs? Could have used one of those magic spells on one of those cars.
I believe they do have maybe
Yes,
a fast repair. Oh, they have a couple fast repairs in the pits. So that time by through the pits, James Murphy, AJ Hunsinger went ahead and used one of them. As Sean Helms in the 54 machine has rejoined the field, but 6 laps down. As the pace truck peels off, Tim, you can have the honor for the restart.
All right, Brandon Joy elects the inside line. He's going to lead him through 3 and 4. He's going to look to fire. He fires now. Pridgeon walks up the racetrack. Brandon gets a solid car and a half length lead over the rest of the field. Is Setting is trying to complete the pass on Pridgeon. Pridgeon's working his way back. He's at the back bumper of our leader, Brandon Joy.
That he is.
Setting still trying to complete the pass. Jared Murphy is looking to follow Mason Setting. As Mason Setting is just, I know he's wanting to get to that outside right now, just can't quite complete the pass on Pridgeon. Is he possibly not quite enough room to complete the pass, but you also have a couple spots back, Tyler Bigford and Carl, they're battling for that 6th place position.
Yeah, absolutely. After the restart, we do got a lot of side-by-side battles for these drivers. After it bunches everybody up. As just a little bit ahead of Tyler Bigford, Jared Murphy now takes a peek to the inside of Mason Setting, potentially for the 3rd spot, as Mason Setting used the slider line but made heavy contact with the outside wall, and he's going to lose the 3rd spot to Jared Murphy. And he's going to fall back into the clutches now of Jimmy Renfro and Tyler Bigford as they're 3 wide out of 2.
Hey, don't look now, but we have a lead change. Brandon Joy off into the wall a few times. He's sideways. Pridgeon's going to take over the lead by about 4 car lengths or so. Jared Murphy, Mason Setting, Jimmy Renfro, and Tyler Bigford all running the inside part of the track, as the 2 leaders are somewhere in the middle of the track, I would say.
Yeah, no kidding. Uh-oh, Colton Oakes back there in the 210 machine. He's gotten up into the outside wall, and he's really slow out of turn number 4 as he works down the front straightaway. Does he have steering? Looks like he has minimal steering in that 210 machine. Hopefully he can get into the pit area without causing any issues for the leaders out front, as they're single file now working into turns number 1 and 2.
Oh, he missed the entry. Colton Oakes is going to look to...
Oh, he's stopped on the inside.
Oh, we had another...
Wow.
We had a wreck in 1. I believe that's what brought the yellow out, was the wreck in 1.
So Colton Oakes was stopped at the entry to 3 and 4. Now we're going to take a look at what happened to Joseph Renfro. Oh man, he just made heavy contact with the outside wall going down the front straightaway. And he had no steering getting into 1 as he brought his race car to a stop at the top of turn number 1 and had to tow as well. So we had 2 things happen simultaneously to the 11 and the 210 machines to bring our 3rd caution out. That last green flag run, we saw the 14 of Matt Pridgeon get past Brandon Joy for the lead. Jared Murphy move up into the top 3. Mason Setting fall back to the 4th spot. Jimmy Renfro there in the 32 in the top 5, and then Tyler Bigford in position 6. Carl Shackle in the 7th. Kevin Walker 8th. James Murphy, the 65, he's 9th, and then AJ Hunsinger in the 10th spot. Dylan Burks 11th. That'd be Tate Waugh 12th. 13th is going to be Zach Martin in the 124. And then scored 16th currently in the 54 machine is Sean Helms, as he's 6 laps down. Matt Pridgeon now in control for the restart, as he goes in the middle of 3 and 4. Green flag goes back in the air. Now 19 laps complete. Little bit of a stack up there right in the middle of the pack. 3 wide out of turn 2. Mason Setting trying to use the outside line momentum to propel himself forward. Jared Murphy was able to get by Brandon Joy, so put him into the second spot. Joy right in front of Jimmy Renfro. Mason Setting, Tyler Bickford trying to hold on to a podium position. Uh-oh, Brandon Joy gets tagged from behind for Mason Setting. He goes for a spin and brings out the fourth caution.
Just gonna say, we aren't even halfway, and we got battles up and down throughout this race. I don't know why I'm saying up and down, but I did.
Take a look at the replay. We were watching it live. Yeah, Brandon Joy gets help from Mason Setting. Gets turned sideways. Joy makes contact with Tyler Bickford. James Murphy squeaks by. AJ Hunsinger just gets a little piece of it. He was able to continue on, and Brandon Joy picks the throttle back up and continues on as well. But I imagine he's going to visit the work area, and he did. Joseph Renfro revisited the pit as well. Dylan Banks also stopped in for service in the O2 machine. Dylan Burks, excuse me, in the O2. All right, pace truck is going to leave the track. Now Matt Pridgeon, Jared Murphy, row 1. Matt Pridgeon fires right in the middle of 3 and 4. We're back underway. Oh man, big contact down the front straightaway. Tyler Bickford hard into the outside wall. And might have some engine damage from that, as I'm not sure he's going to be able to even get back to the pit area under his own power. My goodness. We'll have to take a look at this on the restart. Keep an eye on the 07 of Tyler Bickford. We'll slow things down as the field was getting up to speed. Looks like Jimmy Renfro and Tyler Bickford get together, and that pushes Tyler into the outside wall, and James Murphy was throttled up and kind of pushed Tyler Bickford all the rest of the way around and sent him kind of spinning into turn 1, where he went head on into the concrete barrier. There, so James Murphy and Jimmy Renfro also got some of that as well. And for most of these drivers, it is a lot of their first times racing together, besides for the series regulars that are here week in, week out. Lights do go out on the pace truck. The field goes double file as Tate Wah in the 28 machine is going to exit the same time the field comes by. He's going to slow down and pick up the tail. All right, Tim, how about you get us going for this restart?
All righty. We're going to have Matt Pridgeon again lead him through 3 and 4, as he can fire at any moment from this point forward. He chooses to fire now. They're sliding through 3. They're one. They're going to be beating and banging for that second place position. Jared Murphy prevails. He looks to hunt down Matt Bridgen, our leader, as look who sits in third. It only took about half the race for him to get there. James Murphy over Carl Shackle, and then my pick, Kevin Walker, is the top 5. AJ Hunsinger, 6th. Brandon Joy looking to rebound his night as he looks to complete the pass on AJ Hunsinger for 6th.
Yeah, they're going to remain side by side out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Joy with the advantage as they work into turn 3. And Hunsinger is 3 wide with Mason Setting and Colton Oakes. They all 3 make contact. And look, Jimmy Renfro prevails from that one as Colton Oakes is stopped at the outside of 3 and 4. That's going to ring the 6th caution flag out. Maybe he lost some steering there after the contact. Keep an eye on Colton in that 210 machine. See, they get down into 3. Colton makes contact with Mason Setting in the 10. Mason makes contact with AJ in the 33. And yes, Colton lost steering in the 210. You can see the wheel was turned as far left as he could get it. And he goes up and makes contact with the outside wall and just brings the car to a stop. They're on the outside part of the racetrack and jump to the pit lane. Tanner Newton in the 6th machine is out of this race. He's going to be credited with the 17th position. Zach Martin in the 124 is also out. He'll be credited with 16th. Sean Helms is still running in the 54 machine. He's in the 15th spot. Joseph Renfro is in the 14th spot. Those cars are a lap down. Colton Oakes looks like he has called it a night as well in the 210. As Hunsinger better hurry around as we are about to take the green flag for the restart. Matt Bridgen is going to have to navigate another restart here. As we get the green flag for the restart. 25 down, 25 to go here at Oswego. The Murphy brothers side by side for the 2nd spot. Carl Shackle, Kevin Walker side by side for 4th there and 5th. Shackle makes contact with the outside wall, loses a bit of momentum, but they're still going to be side by side down the front straightaway. Kevin Walker had a better run, it looked like, through 1 and 2, but Shackle with the momentum on the outside even himself back up, getting into 3. That battle continues to rage on. Our top 3 is separating themselves from the rest of the field. Brandon Joy now is going to try to follow Kevin Walker through as he finally completes the pass on Carl Shackle. Joy's going to try to do the same thing on the inside. Jimmy Renfro also behind them, trying to do the same. Oh man, Carl Shackle into the outside wall. It looked like the same accident that happened to Tyler Bickford, and I believe that was the 110 machine of Mason Setting. Also with pretty heavy contact and got collected up into that. We'll go back and take another look at this. Keep an eye on that 61 machine. Oh, Brandon Joy and Carl Shackle made contact. That sent Shackle in the outside wall. He was trying to gather the car back up, makes heavy contact with the concrete barrier. Mason Setting, I think, lost steering, and he goes up and over for a wild ride in the 110 machine. Or just the 10 machine, excuse me. Kind of a crazy accident there for Mason and Carl. You see Mason Setting hoping to get back out there. Carl as well. I believe we should get the 1 to go signal here, and we do. Row number 1 is going to be Matt Pritchett and Jared Murphy. Row 2 is going to be James Murphy and Kevin Walker. Row 3 is going to be Brandon Joy and Jimmy Renfro. Row number 4 is going to be Tate Waugh and Tyler Bickford. Or excuse me, that would actually be Tate Waugh and Dylan Burks, and then Tyler Bickford, AJ Hunsinger will be row number 5. As Carl Shackle is rejoining. The lights come back on. The iRacing pace truck. As Mason Setting's going to rejoin us as well. Matt Bridgen. Does he go right in the middle of 3 and 4? He does. We're back underway. James Murphy looks at the inside of his brother Jared. As the 0-2 of Dylan Burks got into the outside wall, that's going to be tight down the back straightaway. Burks and Hunsinger made contact. Burks is going to bring that car to a stop on the back straightaway and tow to the pit area, and Nat and AJ Hunsinger actually stopped at the entry there to turns 3 and 4, as I think he has maybe lost some steering in the 33 machine. 8th caution flag of the night has flown. When you're watching it live, you see the Burks there into the outside wall. Bickford, Hunsinger were already side by side. Add Burks into the mix, that made him 3 wide. There's the contact with Hunsinger and Burks. It popped the nose of Burks up. Burks lost steering, and he brought the car to a stop right there and jumped into the pits. AJ Hunsinger went down into turn 3. And actually, him and Carl Shackle got together, and AJ got pushed up into the outside wall, makes contact, and brought the car to a stop, and that's what did bring the caution flag out for the 8th time tonight. So AJ Hunsinger is visiting the pits now, getting repaired. Dylan Burks looks like he has called it a night in the 0-2 machine. Still 21 laps to go in this one. Anything can and still can happen before we see the checkered flag. The top 3, though, is sewed up by our series regulars. Matt Pridgen, Jared Murphy, James Murphy. Then Brandon Joy, Kevin Walker round out the top 5. Tim, you ready to do another restart? If you're still there.
I am here. I apologize. I needed to grab a water, folks. Gotta stay hydrated.
Absolutely. It's all yours, Tim. Take it away.
Alrighty. Matt Pridgeon's still our leader after the 30 lap mark, as we're gonna have green flag waving. James Murphy gets a great launch on his brother. He takes over the second place position. Jared Murphy slides down into third. Matt Pridgeon looking to say goodbye on the Murphy brothers as Brandon Joy is back. Oh, we have a huge wreck through 3 and 4. Mason Setting upside down, tumbling all the way through 3. Comes to rest halfway through the turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, we're taking a look at the replay of it now. Oh, yeah. Carl Shackle had an issue already. You see the left front is damaged on his machine. I don't think he could turn the car. Mason Setting was just trying to get by him on the outside. You see Jimmy Renfro makes heavy contact as well with the outside wall, and Mason Setting just couldn't get the car turned off the wall after getting by Carl and just went for another wild ride as he actually flipped over and looks like he lands on his lid there in turns 3 and 4. So
we also, looking at the replay, we also almost had another car ahead of that 10 machine of Mason Setting flip over. I believe that was Jimmy Renfro, 32, almost flipped over as well. I don't know if you've seen that.
yeah, I seen it as I was watching the replay that he made heavy contact with the wall, and his car picked up off of the racetrack and got lucky he didn't go for a topple in that 32 machine. Hunsinger and Setting in the work areas currently. Matt Bridgen up to this point has done a good job navigating all of these restarts, and he's got another one to do here. Field gets the 1 to go signal for the restart.
Same leader, same movie, different cast members, as Matt Bridgen's going to lead him down the backstretch. James Murphy's on his outside. Bridgen reaches turn 3. He can fire at any moment. He fires halfway through. James Murphy looks to the inside. Off the restart, not quite there, as they're battling 3 wide, almost not 3 wide anymore. That's right ahead of Bridgen. I just went the wrong way on my camera. That's Brandon Joy and Kevin Walker. For the 4th place position is Jared Murphy. Looks to the inside of James, not quite there, not enough momentum.
Oh, Brandon Joy into the outside wall, getting into 3 there, and loses a little bit of momentum as Tyler Bickford is going to pick up the spot. Joy trying to battle back on the outside. Not going to be able to through 1 and 2. Brandon Joy back to 6, Tyler Bickford back up into the top 5. Matt Bridgen still leading the way for now. James Murphy right there, as well as Jared Murphy. Then a couple car lengths back to Kevin Walker. Then Tyler Bickford, Brandon Joy, Jimmy Renfro, Tate Waugh in the 28. And then the cars running, it would be Joseph Renfro in the 11. And then Sean Helms there in the 54. Oh, look at the battle up front as James Murphy taking a look to the inside of Matt Bridgen. Matt Bridgen's going to shut the door, though, through 3 and 4. James Murphy is right there just waiting for Matt to make any form of a mistake because James is going to pounce.
James is somewhat looking to the inside. He elects to just stay in line. Top 5 or 6, single file, no battles yet, all over the track. The closest would be Jimmy Renfro and Brandon Joy.
Actually, as you say that, Jared is underneath James right now.
I stand corrected.
James went to the outside, and Jared saying, thank you very much. I will use the inside and try to take the spot. Almost had it clear there, but James Murphy with the momentum didn't allow it.
Oh, I thought Bridgen got a little more sideways than what he wanted, but just it's a false kind of camera angle that I'm on right now.
Yeah.
Matt Bridgen, no rear view mirrors, but you gotta think to know that he knows that the Murphy brothers are battling it out.
Absolutely. 10 to go at the line here. Matt Bridgen, can he hold on for 10 more laps? The Murphy brothers side by side right behind him. Kevin Walker wants to be a part of the battle as well, as he is within a car length of doing so. And then Tyler Bickford trying to track the top 4 down to be a part of the battle in the closing 9 laps as well. I've just been, it's kind of crazy, you know. Matt Bridgen has held off the Murphy brothers up to this point, and they continue to run side by side right behind him, and it has allowed Kevin Walker and now Tyler Bickford to close up the gap.
Yeah, just go back to our heats where that high side was just had so much momentum, and it just, they shot out of a cannon off the exit as James Murphy turns to the outside, possibly getting enough momentum. Bridgen shuts the door. He slams the door going into 3. Walker all the way around the outside. He's looking to close the gap even more as he's just about there, as well as Bickford.
5
Jared Murphy
cars.
looked to the inside.
Ooh, a little bit of
James
contact.
Murphy into the wall.
Yeah, that was a little bit of contact between him and Matt Bridgen, as Bridgen was trying to maybe block off James Murphy's run and sent James into the outside wall. But like you said, Tyler Bickford and Kevin Martin are a part of this battle now. 5 cars competing for the win here at Oswego. Man, if you're Matt Bridgen, you're trying to make that car as wide as possible and cover all the lanes that you can. And Jared Murphy's got to peek to the inside. I think Bridgen was just able to block enough. He's going to jump up and block James's momentum into 3. Jared Murphy, Tyler Bickford right there. If Bridgen makes a mistake on the bottom, at the line, 3 to go.
I really think Bridgen's just holding on. He's just trying to hold on, hold these guys off. It looks like he's slipping and sliding a little too much. James Murphy's going to have momentum on the outside here. as he finally pulls even after about 10 laps of trying.
Absolutely, James Murphy. I think he's going to complete the pass, and he does. No, Matt Bridgen's going to battle back on the inside. Bridgen trying to use a little more racetrack, and James Murphy momentum prevails for now, back into the lead. But man, Matt Bridgen not going to give up on the inside, as we're going to get the white flag one more time around.
Here comes Tyler Bigford. He's sliding in. He's going to take over that third place position, as Jared Murphy and Kevin Walker both went wide into 1 and 2.
Look at Matt Bridgen. He's going to ship it into 3. I thought it was going to stick, and I think he backed out just a touch. And James Murphy with the momentum on the outside is going to take home the win here tonight at Oswego. Matt Bridgen holds on for the second spot, and a great recovery for Bigford in the 07. Rounds out our podium for our top 3. Then Kevin Walker 4th, Jared Murphy 5th, Jimmy Renfro 6th, Brandon Joy 7th, Tate Waugh in the 8th spot, Sean Hilms is going to get credited with 9th, and AJ Hunsinger rounds out the top 10. Our top 3 is going to pull on to the front straightaway. Here, and we will get our interview portion started here in just a couple of moments. We're going to start things off with our third place finisher tonight, Tyler Bigford. If he is available, and he is. Hey, Tyler, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, what an eventful night. You were kind of up and down and all over the place throughout that 50-lap feature. And, man, just tell us a little bit about it. You were able there in the last couple of laps to get by Kevin Walker and Jared Murphy to get into the top 3 onto the podium once again. What a wild night.
Yeah, man, I was just trying to save until like lap 30-ish, and I think I just had more tire there at the end. I think that's all what it came down to.
Yeah, absolutely. 50 laps was a long time for everybody up front. Tim, do you have anything for Tyler?
Yeah, Tyler, crazy difficult race tonight. What did you find key to running that inside line as you were, especially in those closing laps?
I was just sending it off in there. It was starting to get really rubber, and you can make it latch there on the exit. So I figured if I could drive it in a little bit deeper, I could get a decent drive off.
Yeah, for sure, Tyler. Well, you made it work to get up into the top 3 once again here tonight. Before we let you go, who do you need to thank?
Yeah, thank you guys for the awesome broadcast as always. The League Outlaws for putting it on. East Coast Sim Sports, No Coast Customs, and everybody else on the car.
All right, Tyler. Again, appreciate you getting a word in here with us tonight. We'll let you celebrate the top 3.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You as well. And that was Tyler Bigford, our third place finisher. Now we'll get a word in with our second place runner. Hey, Matt, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, what a night for you. You know, that feature was something else. You had to navigate a ton of restarts out front and did a fantastic job of it. And, you know, the last 20 laps of the feature had to fend off the Murphy brothers, and the laps kept ticking away, and we were wondering, you know, were you able to fend them off? And you kept making the car as wide as possible. A couple laps to go, James was just able to get by you. But, man, a fantastic effort from you here tonight. Tell us about it.
I appreciate it. Yeah, man. I had a good heat race. You know, started second, got the lead pretty quick, so put me second in the feature. And me and the 93 had a pretty good race there at the beginning. I was able to get ahead of him. Not really sure what happened to him, but pretty much led from there on. And like you said, I was trying to make the car wide as possible. I know I was slow and, you know, kind of holding everybody up, but like I was telling them in the Discord, man, I haven't won a race since last season, and I was just trying to get another win. And I would keep looking down at my relative coming off of every corner pretty much, and I'd try to leave room if I saw point one. And there was a couple times where me and James made contact, but I were I was trying I was trying to make the car as wide as possible, but not try to wreck anybody. So he was worried about his damage early on in the race, and I told him, I said, "Hey man, you probably still faster than me anyways." But yeah, it was a real fun race, and I'm sure look, especially those last 3 or 4 laps probably looked really good on stream too. So I can't complain too much with a second place here tonight.
Absolutely. It was a fantastic battle for us and everybody at home to watch on the Buckeye Racing Network between you and the Murphy brothers. Tim, do you have anything for Matt?
Yeah, Matt. Going back to what you were saying as you were trying to make that car as wide as possible, how did the tire wear throughout the race play any effect into the closing laps?
Yeah, actually, it did on when we were coming to the line on taking start lap 40. I got my message from the spotter on the game saying, take care of your rubber. So that usually means it's around 50%. So I probably got about 40% right rear. So it was definitely taking a hurt there at the end of the race. I you know really should have kept better care of them, but whenever you look down and see the 65s right on your tail, you kind of got to go. You really ain't got no choice because, I mean, he can be tire saving and still blow by you. So, yeah, just trying to keep him behind me and just, it didn't work out. But like I said, I can't complain too much.
Yeah, fantastic effort for you tonight, Matt. Who do you need to thank?
I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting this, James and Jared, for making these setups that they make them real fun and real raceable. As you saw tonight, I'm pretty sure the top four was battling there in the last 2 or 3 laps. Like to thank AJ for hosting these deals and trying to bring this league back to life. It's a real fun one. I hope some of these guys will decide to join us on Sunday nights, but that's pretty much it.
All right, Matt. Well, again, fantastic effort from you here tonight, and we'll let you celebrate it.
Thank you guys. Y'all have a good one.
You as well. All right. That, again, was Matt Pridgeon, our second place finisher. Let's talk to our winner here tonight. Hey, James, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. It was for sure an up and down feature for you. The heat race, you got into a little bit of a dust up there to start things off tonight. Then the feature, you got some damage on the car and started, kind of mid pack there and had to bide your time. Got it, made the contact, has some damage to the race car, and just had to slowly but surely work your way up, save some tire. 50 laps is a long time here at Oswego. But there, the last 10 laps, you and your brother were hounding Matt Pridgeon right on his bumper each and every lap, and you were finally able to get a momentum build up that you could get a run on the outside and completed the pass with a couple to go and come away with another victory this season. Man, that this one's got to be a little bit special, anyways, with what you had to go through earlier on in the night.
Oh, absolutely. That was a long night. We had a little bit of trouble in the heat race, and I get back to fourth, but we had so many cars tonight that buried me in the main. And I think it was like lap 10 or something. I got destroyed, and people wrecked in front of me. I had nowhere to go, and I had to go back to the back, and was able to slowly walk up back through there, and a couple cars wrecked in front of me, and had a little more front end damage. But I said I'm not pitting again. I'm not going back there with them. I'd rather run fifth with a 12 race car than go back there. So, but we was able to get some green flag laps in, and I didn't feel too bad. I definitely wasn't as good as I was at the beginning, but I was able to find a little bit of grip, and that last 10, 15 laps was a blast. That big shout out to Matt and Jared. That's about as good as you can do here. That might have been the race of the year right there.
Yeah, I think Oswego and the set you guys put together put on an awesome show here tonight for us and everybody at home. Tim, do you have anything for James tonight?
Yeah, James. coming down to the wire, what was your thought process on continuing to run that outside? Were you worried at all that it possibly wasn't enough?
And I was running the bottom, and I couldn't put it in there, so I said I wasn't gonna. I didn't come here to run second, so we threw it up on the top, and I could get a run every once in a while. It depended. He didn't know I was there. Obviously, we don't have mirrors, so it was good hard racing, and luckily he left me just enough room to put my car in, and I was able to put on a really good race the last couple laps, and I was able to squeeze it out at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Another great win for you here tonight, James. Before we let you go, who do you need to thank?
Thank y'all for the awesome broadcast. Everybody with League of Outlaws. Shout out to Matt and Jared and everybody. That was really good racing. Talking dirt, third party gaming, and everybody. Just like I said, everybody with League of Outlaws putting all this stuff together.
Absolutely. We'll let you celebrate another fantastic win here tonight, James.
Thank y'all.
All right, that's going to conclude our interviews here tonight at the Oswego Speedway with the League of Outlaws IMCA Style Modified Division. Tim, what a fantastic night of racing the Oswego Speedway put on.
Yeah, that's just how the racing up in New York State goes. We only host bangers. I don't know how you guys do it down in Ohio, but I know up here we only throw bangers.
Oh, we do the same down here. Don't you worry about it, sir. Don't you worry. Well, folks, upcoming for us on the Buckeye Racing Network, Tuesday night, we will be live with the SRA, the Southern Racing Association Pro Late Model Division. I believe we'll be live about 8:45 Eastern Time right here on the Buckeye Racing Network. That is a new series we picked up about 4 races for on Tuesday nights. Tuesday night, we're going to be at the Cedar Lake Speedway, free-to-enter event, and $30 to the winner on Tuesday night. And after that, next Sunday night, March the 2nd, we'll be right back here on the Buckeye Racing Network with the League of Outlaws for race 20 of the season. But that's going to do it for Tim and I here tonight at the Oswego Speedway. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and good night.